Good evening, brave awakened ones, or good morning, because it's 11:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is an NRV. I know I haven't made one in a minute. NRV 86, 87, something like that. Um, yeah, I went to the rally it was like South Miami. I went, which I never go to South Miami. I haven't been down to South Miami, sheesh, in like a couple of years. I can't stand going down there. So I went down there for the rally because I said, okay, if I can't make it to the Capitol, which is a good 7 hours away from me, 7 hours north of me, if they have one in Miami, I'm going. So I went to South Miami. And I got to say, beside the NRV, I'm telling you right now, there is no way, Creepy Uncle Pervy won. I had to see it with my own two eyes because, yeah, you get a little nervous, even though I know the truth, I still got a little nervous. And I'm glad I went because the Trump side filled with people, cars everywhere honking like crazy. Across the street was the Uncle Pervy side, was the Joe Biden side. There was 5 people. I didn't want to go over there and film it, even though I had my good camera with me because I didn't want to stir anything up because there was this going on. I was like, you know what? I don't want to be part of that nonsense because this is who showed up for his side. This, as you can see this flag right here, the true fascists, communists, socialists showed up. Okay. They were the only ones I saw, and like they kept going around and around, and they had come up real close to us where we were, and they were grabbing people's flags and dragging them in their car, of course. Again, it's like the X-Men. You have the level 1, level 2 mutants who are nothing but stupid pawns to Magneto. So that's what they were doing. They were trying to rouse stuff up. But myself and all the other people, the ones who were like and getting angry, were like, nah, chill, because there were cameras there. I was actually interviewed by Reuters News, and then the Spanish station was there interviewing the Spanish folks. But Reuters grabbed me out of nowhere. I didn't see them air it as of yet. They're airing Biden's stuff. So let's see if they actually air my interview. It was a pretty good interview, lasted a few minutes. So yeah, we're like, no, you don't want to be like them. Nope, there are cameras on us. Nope. So we're pulling people back. But literally on the other side were 5 people. I'm like, were they hired? Did they get an ad off of Craigslist? Not to say they weren't some cars. There were a few cars. Like there's one right there that says Biden, but very few, just sprinkled in here and there, giving the finger, cursing and yelling and stuff like that. I'm not going to lie, I gave the finger back a couple of times. And this Polish chick, she was Polish and Cuban, that was next to me. She's like, oh, you know what? You know what I'm doing? I'm blowing them kisses. I said, that's right. Let's blow them sugar. My bad. I should have known better. So we just started blowing them sugar instead, right? So, and she had her "Don't Tread on Me" big, and she was a young lady in her 20s, and she had her "Don't Tread on Me" flag, and she was at the gym that was right behind us, and I'm like, what made you, are you ex-military? She goes, no. She goes, I remember coloring this flag in grade school, and this represents freedom to me. And my mom called me up and told me that they called it for Biden, and I just got so upset. And this is the corner where if we have any protests, I figured they must have protests down here. Something must be going on. So I came out and I grabbed my flag out of my trunk. And luckily there was stuff going on. And she also had a big Trump 2020 flag in her trunk also. Girlfriend came prepared. It was in her trunk already. So I was helping her hold up her flag and everything like that. But there was lots of people. And I couldn't go to the expressway because of all the traffic and everyone protesting. So I went around the neighborhood. I took the side streets. And I have to tell you, it surprised me. 95% of what I saw out there, number one, I didn't see a single Biden lawn decoration flag sign, nothing, not a single one. And the side road I took me a good 15 minutes extra through the neighborhoods. So 15, I hear my New York accent coming through because I'm tired and frustrated. So I didn't see it, not a single one. What I did see was a lot of Trump flags and signs. So I'm like, wow. It's very interesting to see it out front. In my neighborhood, not too many people have signs, but the people who do, the majority are Trump. I counted in my entire neighborhood, there are about 2,300 residents in my gated community. And I've counted four Biden signs, four. Okay. Everything else is Trump, like a few hundred Trump. So even for the Black, Hispanics, and Cubans, they'll put women for Trump, Cubans for Trump, Jamaicans for Trump. That one I found funny. It was Jamaican flag, then the American flag, then the Trump. A lot of Trump, no more BS. A lot of that. So I'm like, wow. But here's how, this is besides the NRV, but here's how a lot of people are thinking. Like, I was able to see a video of my daughter. I'm not going to say how, after she voted for Biden, and she's not too happy about it. She's like, I just went against everything that I believe in, but I had to stop fascism. So that's what's going on in her head. And my BFF called me up. She's like, hey, girl, we have a new president, finally. Oh, we can finally have peace. I was like, no, we don't. I said, we don't have a new president. I said, we have a president that's reelected, but not a new one. She goes, oh, what do you mean? She goes, no, come on. She goes, I was like, what makes you call for him? Number one, she didn't even vote because she literally did not vote. She did not want to take sides. She's like, she knew what's going on the Biden side. Because I schooled her. She said, I just want peace. So a lot of people are thinking that they just want peace, or they're scared of Trump because of all the propaganda that has been pushed down their throat in school, on social media. Like even my little nieces, my tween nieces, who I told you went full BLM tard on my sister, to protesting in the house with no tops on because feminism. Imagine that. 12 and 13-year-olds running around the house topless, wrecking their older teenage siblings' rooms because feminism, and writing BLM all over the place. My poor sister. At least mine is further away. But any which ways. So even they said if they were younger, they would not have, if they were older, they would not have voted because Joe's nothing more than more of the same. They just think Trump's a fascist. Again, the whole racist fascist thing. The media did a really good job of passing that off because they know humans have a real short memory. The same people that were all snuggled up with him, including Revenal, including all of those quote unquote black leaders, not my leaders. They're nothing but deep state shills and puppets. They have no problem now referring to the man as a racist, even though there's tons of pictures of them out there hugging and snuggling up to him. Like Oprah biting freaking Weinstein's ears. Not that I'm comparing our man to a creepy weirdo who's in jail for rape. But do you see what I'm saying? Okay. And what happened this evening is that I was knocked out cold. I was like, I got home. It was around 3 or so. And I was like, okay, got the warning on my phone from the community that there's going to be a big tropical storm. I was like, you know what? Before it gets too bad, let me go for my jog. I sat on my chair to listen to something real quick. And then next thing I know, I was in an NRV. That's my remote views. Okay. And this time it was more than a remote view. I had a remote view and it was flipping to something else. Like I literally just woke up now. I was knocked out from around maybe 4. to 11 p.m. So that's a long time. I've never been knocked out for that long. So what I saw is I saw the back rooms of the new studios. And they're in a panic, and they're in constant communication with the deep state. Constant communication. They're all in communication with each other. It's like I saw a network of them. It was like giving me a headache while I was under. I can't come out of it. I can't forcefully come out of it. I've tried, and it was extremely unpleasant. So I learned to flow with it, and I just released my body. So I saw all the back dealings going on, and they're just flying with the copies and the stories worldwide, and trying to get other leaders and other people to pledge allegiance to them, because they know they lost. They know what's about to go down. So here's the deal. Why are they doing it? This is important to see. All right. First of all, I want to end on that note. Why are they doing it? They're doing it. Why the big smoke screen? Why calling the win? They're calling the win right now. This is what you need to hear right now. They're calling the win right now for Joe, because they want to get both the sides riled up. They want to get the Trump side depressed and give up. That's huge. They want to get the Trump side depressed and give up. The children of the light, they want us to throw in the towel. Okay? Especially us. They especially want to mind F us right now. It's all a big mind F. All right? So they want to get us all depressed and throw in the towel. They want to get the normies to throw in the towel and upset, to quote unquote push their civil war. They know the children of the light aren't going to go civil war on them, but they know the normies just might, the ones that just don't get depressed. Like my older sister, she got all depressed and stuff. So then I started sending her the info, the true info. And then I sent her the link to the video that I did yesterday, the prayers that we did yesterday, or was it the day before yesterday? And now she's feeling a lot better about it. She's like, okay, I get it. So is her daughter, her older teen daughter. Now they're on board. They're snapped out of their depression. So that's what we have to do for our loved ones who might be falling into this. The best thing you could do is send them the Archbishop's letter to all of us. You could send them the letter to Trump, the 2 letters, but what they need to hear and read, especially if they're enlightened, doesn't matter about religion, okay? It's not about religion, is the letter that the Archbishop did the other day, talking about the children of darkness, all right? And how we need to pray. We need to get together and pray and call on the Holy Mother. Especially call on the Divine Feminine. He said it himself. Say the rosary. Really important. So that's what I put out to my sister. So her and her daughter got together and prayed. Get together with your kids. Get together with your loved ones. Get together with your man, your woman. Pray. So that's what we need to do as not just light workers, but also normies who are awakened. We all need to pray. That's what the truthers are doing. Okay? Those who understand the truth, the anons, they understand to pray right now, because this is not a black and white, red versus blue, Democrat versus Republican thing. It is not, y'all. Don't fall for that. It is straight up light versus dark, good versus evil. And I know a lot of the unicorn types, the ones who the so-called awakened light workers who really aren't, have their heads in the sand, who are just like, oh no, you have to just be neutral. That's not what we do right now, because we need to swing that pendulum to the other side above 51% to raise Gaia, and as many people who want to go, to keep that vibration up, to switch Gaia out of 3D realm and out of the 4D control into the higher 4D and 5D. That's where we have to take Gaia. This is the time. This is the great separation. All right. So we're back to the NRV. It's a whole big propaganda machine. They're trying to get the ones who are awakened and understand that, what's up with Trump, to give up, get depressed, and then riled up the normies who voted for him. On the other side, on the dark side, for Biden, what they're trying to do is get them riled up also. As few as they are, they're literally about a quarter of the people who voted for him. That's how small the percentage is. But remember, they have these knuckleheads on their side. All right? They have them. They have those wicked, evil brown shirts on their side who are going to go destroy and make as much noise. I mean, how interesting it was. Ooh, Trump balloon all ready to go down to the White House. We all know that they have hundreds of thousands of these total bots working for them. Okay, brainwashed people working for them. The people that voted against Trump and not for Biden, they're not going to be riling stuff up. They're not. They're not going to be claiming anything because and it was very interesting. My normie BFF, when I said to her, the whole thing is rigged. She goes, I know, but isn't every election everywhere around the world? Every election's rigged. She goes, I just want peace. I just want all this craziness to stop. And she was very sincere about it. I sent her my picture of me being down there protesting, and she laughed her ass off. She thought it was hysterical. She goes, of course you would go do that. And my friend in New York, my two BFFs in New York, I sent them the picture and the video, and they found it hysterical. They're both awakened though. My BFF down here, she's not awakened, but she's still ascending. She still has those fear attachments going on to the 3D, which, I'm helping her break through. She's like, I just want it over. I just want it over with. She knew enough not to even vote because she so did not want to take sides. She just wants peace. So those people, they're not going to go down to the White House. They're not going to be burning stuff down. That's not going to happen. Everything you've been seeing right now, of course, are hired hands and completely brainwashed. That is what's going on right now. That's what's going to keep going on until we clean up the mess. I told you guys that 2020, starting the beginning of 2020, if you look at my NRV from 2019 and January 2020, I said it's going to be a heck of a mess from 2020 to 2022, the end of 2021. 2022, we're done. We're done in 2022. But now is the time of exposure and cleanup. That's what's going to happen, exposure and cleanup. And I said it was going to be extremely messy. And yes, I still stand by all my other NRVs. Is there a timetable? Divine time, okay? But everything's playing out between now till 2025. When did I start the NRVs? I forgot the exact date. Till 2025. The end of 2024, 2025, completely, we're totally done. Not done, of course, but between 2022 and the end of 2024, starting 2025, that's the period of rebuilding. Okay, my oversoldier stone. Reconciliation. That is the reconciliation period. Thank you. I never got a word for that. So 2022 to 2025, beginning of 2022, January to the end of the December 31st of 2024, starting 2025 is the reconciliation period. Okay, a lot of hurt feelings going to be happening. So what they're trying to do, like I said, trying to get people riled up to go burn up the joint, to create smoke screens so they could escape, to try to create that quote unquote civil war, which they're not going to have. They're going to have exactly what they had before. They're going to have these knuckleheads running around burning stuff up, but this time we're ready for them. They're going to be not, we've been ready for them. We just had to allow the normies to see what was going on and see what was really going on. Unfortunately, a lot of people fell. A lot of people died during that time. All right. So I want to play this for you guys so you can get an understanding of what's going on here.
There's a major threat that's not being discussed widely. Everything you're seeing tonight is an illusion. There is no president-elect. Even the term president-elect used right now is a media fabrication. We don't have a president-elect until the electors come and actually elect the president, and that happens sometimes next month. We don't have one. This is still in dispute. The point was raised earlier that, well, there's no concession, but a concession doesn't mean anything. No, a concession actually from a media standpoint means a great deal. Constitutionally, though, nothing significant has actually happened. I believe overall, Rob, this is yet a third coup attempt. We had Russia, we had the impeachment, and now we have this nonsense, which is so incredibly dishonest. I just urge all of the viewers out there, social media, watching the mainstream, I know the inclination. We all have muscle memory since the 1970s. I do. I'm old enough to remember turning on the network and they say, it goes to Carter, it goes to Reagan. That's where we determine traditionally who the president-elect is. They have squandered all of their credibility. We should not listen to them. We need to resist. We need to resist that muscle memory. This is not over, not by a long shot. Greg, what did you think of Vice President?
Do you see what I'm saying, guys? And by the way, this is the news over here is
threat is not being discussed.
Hold on.
Everything you're seeing tonight is an illusion. There is no
Newsmax. Newsmax. That came huge out of nowhere. This is an alliance. This is the White Hats. Okay. So yeah, go to Newsmax if you want what's really going on, and go to OAN, Chanel especially. But OAN is another White Hat operation. Newsmax is a White Hat operation. They're all ready to take over for all the fake news media. And you will see they fired Judge Janine. Why? Because she is a white hat. She is a judge, and she will turn a lot of heads on Fox. So they got rid of her. They're going to fire Tucker for sure. They're going to get rid of a few people out of Fox, and they're all going to go to OAN, and they're going to go to Newsmax. Okay. So this is the perspective for normies to understand, so you guys could play this. The news, that's why the news cannot call the election. They're calling the election. They can't call the damn election. Not a single state electorate came through yet. Not a single one. Okay? Not a single one called it yet. So as you can see, this is an operation. This is a big propaganda operation to really break people. They're breaking leaders around the world who are sitting there listening to the fake news media. They're listening to it, and they're thinking, oh my God, in order to save my people, I have to pledge allegiance to these the children of Babylon, to these demons. No. So again, they're trying to, this is their last ditch effort to, and this is why I wore this shirt. Seriously, people, never interfere with an enemy while they're in the process of destroying themselves. Kaboom. I had to wear that shirt because that is what's going on right now. So many people were asking me to explain it while I was there, and I gladly explained it to them. They're like, yeah. I was like, do you understand what's going on? Because a lot of them were just there upset and angry. So I was like, no, this is what's going on. That's why I made my little sign and everything and tried to explain to them. And there were quite a few that knew, that understood what the hammer was. Time to bring it down. So it's boom time, literally. They're blowing themselves up. And some people are just that asleep that they need something blown up in their face. Plain and simple. They need it blown up in their proverbial face because they're that asleep. And that's what's going to happen. And all this is going to be cleared up. But, I keep seeing January 12th. That's the date I keep seeing. But we're going to come to an end, before the end of the year. Our man's out playing golf and taking pictures with brides. Okay, which I'm sure there's a message in there too. But yeah, I'm going to play a couple of things to help you guys out. I love that picture. But seriously, that is what's going on. They're in a panic. This is their last shot. This is their quote unquote Hail Mary shot. Funny enough, they call it a Hail Mary because that's who we're going to pray to. Hail Mary, the divine feminine, to rise up really hard on this. Say, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus, or Yeshua. Holy Mary, please pray for us, help us, and protect us. Now upon this hour of our great need, to hour of our death, our passing. Amen. Look it up. Y'all can say the rosary. It's not a religion thing. It's a spiritual thing. Okay, we're in a spiritual battle here. This is what we're in, a spiritual battle. And remember what their bus said, their bus. I'm going to pull it up right here. What did that bus say? Battle for the soul of the nation. They put it right in our faces, yo. Battle for the soul of the nation. They're battling for people's souls. Are you going to give them your soul? No. I even have hope for my daughter and all those other people who just did it out of fear. They did it out of fear. They didn't do it because they actually are buying into the BS. They did it out of fear and ignorance. Fear and ignorance. Are some people too far gone to be helped for them to see the truth? Of course. Yes, there are. Some people, unfortunately, tell you guys, some of your loved ones, you just can't pull through. You're not going to be able to pull through. Or maybe at the 11th hour, because I was shown when my daughter is going to pull through towards the end of the year. Maybe at the 11th hour, they're going to need that huge hammer to drop on their head in order for them to wake the heck up and pull through. Not to say they're all of a sudden going to be on, like, oh my God, Trump 2020, but at least they'll be like, oh my God, this is what's really, really going on. This is what they're all about, and really come to the realization of, wow, it is good versus evil. It is a spiritual war. It was a battle for our souls. These people are evil. They are the children of Babylon. So to wrap it up, like I said, I saw them trying to pull the whole Civil War card and it not working because the information of the fraud is going to come through very quickly. And there's so much of it, and it's solid info. It's solid evidence of the fraudulent stuff, of all the fraud that they pull, all the fraudulent things. And, as the evidence comes out, more and more people will wake up to the truth. I saw it was like a fog lifting for them coming out of their body. They're in a spell. This is all a spell. You have to understand. Again, it's a spiritual war. It's a spiritual battle. There's black magic. They are under heavy spells. So I saw it was like this grayish smoke coming out of their mouths, out of their noses, and clearing. So that is what I saw happening. So as more evidence comes out, more and more people are going to be able to lift themselves up and wake up out of this really deep, evil, dark spell. They're going to release the fear. Or some people are going to be really freaking pissed off and want to go beat the crap out of the Antifa-tards. Yeah, for sure. But we have to try to keep them calm. Like me and the Polish chick and this other Cuban dude who were trying to keep the other people calm who were getting their stuff grabbed. And there was this big red truck that kept coming up really close, like almost driving up on the sidewalk where we're all standing, and blowing really dark smoke out of his tailpipe. I mean, he did it like 5 times and the cops came and ran him off. But that's what was going on. All right. And I wanted to play this for you guys to wrap it up because this is really inspiring and you need to hear this.
If I give you one message to hold in your hearts today, it's this. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider because it's the outsiders who change the world and who make a real and lasting difference. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. You must keep pushing forward.
All right, guys.
If I give you one...
I want to make sure you saw that. And we can end on this. Go screw yourself. Because that's exactly, that's my man. So New York. Oh, you could take the boy out of New York, but you cannot take the New York out of the boy. I could say that about myself too. You could take the girl out of New York, but you can't take New York out of the girl. All right, guys. So it's all good. We're in for a really bumpy, wretched ride. They have cranked it up to 1 million because they have to. Again, they have to. If they don't, they're doomed. Rats in a trap fighting for their lives. They will gnaw off their own damn foot. They will kill who's ever next to them. They will allow the pawns to go. They don't want the hidden enemy, the ones that are in the shadow, the real puppet masters, to go. They will throw everybody ahead of them. And they're going to start turning on each other. Like I said before in an NRV a while ago, last year, they're going to turn on each other. And I did call this a while ago. I said how it was going to progress. This had to happen because it's a dragnet. You have to understand, this is a dragnet operation. Imagine that. Imagine who's caught up in this dragnet. All of them. They're all caught up in this dragnet. All of them. From the pawns to the big people, to the puppet masters, to the fake news. They're all caught up and they're all out there for everyone to see. They're all out there for everyone to see. Okay? So Godspeed out there, guys. Keep on praying. We got this. Mwah, sugar.